Hey guys, Ray from bailbondbidsnow.com, recovering criminal lawyer. Sometimes it's asked, is there a difference between a state bond versus a federal court bond? As you all know, here in Texas, state court, which is the majority of cases, you can use a bondsman who can, if you pay them a certain percentage of the bond, they will do the paperwork and they will be liable upon the release of your loved one. Now, federal court is significantly and vastly different. Most of the times in federal court, it's quite common that a federal court, if somebody is released on bond, they're usually released on a personal recognizance bond, or they will sign a piece of paper saying that if they don't appear, or a loved one or somebody else on their behalf will say, if my loved one does not appear in court, that they will owe the federal courts $50,000, $100,000. At times, a federal court can order that actual property be temporarily surrendered to the court, such as a house deed, sometimes a certain amount of cash. But those are usually on your larger cases, like the ones that make the news or that are serious. Well, white-collar crimes and things like that. And generally speaking, just from experience, if the U.S. attorneys, which are the prosecutors in federal court, generally, if they object harshly to the release of somebody, the probability of a federal judge allowing release is actually very, very small. So once again, if you have a loved one that is arrested and they're in the state system, the county courts in Texas, they should be subject to regular bonds. That's where like bailbondbidsnow.com could help you. You go there, put your information in one time, and local bail bond companies compete to give you the best value, the best terms to make bonds, as opposed to federal court, where generally bail bonds are not like that. It's usually just a promise to pay. Sometimes collateral is needed out there. So anyways, that's really about it. And the last thing is, theoretically, if somebody's in federal court and they could make bond and they were then transferred to state court, they could then theoretically make bond in state court. So always find out. Don't let anyone throw you any BS if they're in federal court and try to get money to say they can help get a bond, because that's kind of hogwash. And if you have any questions or need a bond for a loved one who's in state court, don't hesitate to check out bailbondbidsnow.com. Hope this helps. Stay well, guys. Bye-bye.